Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we sift through the noise,
Uh,
extract the most important nuggets of knowledge, and really help you become well-informed on topics that truly matter.
and today, we're taking a deep dive into something that, well, it touches every single one of us: sustainable living and social responsibility. This isn't just for, dedicated environmentalists. It's really for anyone looking to make more conscious choices.
Right.
Whether you're, say, a student trying to manage your footprint, maybe a business owner rethinking your supply chain, or just someone curious about the future we're all building together.
Okay, so our mission today is to really unpack how individuals and companies are navigating this shift towards greener choices. We'll explore not just what they're doing, but why these shifts are becoming so important, almost non-negotiable. And crucially, we'll highlight tangible, actionable steps you can actually integrate into your own life to be part of this vital change.
Absolutely. So let's start right at the foundation. When we talk about sustainable living, what does that actually mean? It's more than just a buzzword. Fundamentally, it's about reducing our collective footprint on the planet.
Okay.
It means consciously making choices that help conserve, finite natural resources, drastically minimize waste, and protect the environment. For both us right now and, importantly, for generations yet to come, it's really about meeting our needs without compromising theirs.
Right. And it's interesting how that translates into everyday actions, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're talking simple shifts. Things like ditching single-use plastics for reusables, maybe looking for renewable energy options for your home.
Yeah, or even just choosing secondhand items more often.
Exactly. Choosing secondhand over new or thoughtfully supporting brands that genuinely align with your values. It really underscores how these seemingly small individual habits, when lots of people do them, they snowball into a really significant impact, systemic even.
And it's crucial to grasp that sustainable living isn't about achieving some perfect ideal. That's not the goal.
Right. It can seem overwhelming otherwise.
Totally. It's really about cultivating a deeper awareness, understanding the consequences of, our consumption patterns, and then consistently making better, more informed choices wherever and whenever we realistically can. It's about progress, not purity.
That makes a lot of sense. Progress, not purity. I like that. So with this growing awareness you mentioned, how is it reshaping the marketplace? Let's talk about this rise of ethical consumerism. We're seeing you, the consumer, really flexing your power, aren't we? Looking closely at not just the price, but the whole story behind a product.
Exactly.
Its origins, how it was made, the values of the company.
There's a huge shift underway. I mean, recent reports show that over 70% of Gen Z consumers, and that's a massive group, they're actively prioritizing buying from companies that demonstrably align with their values, especially on sustainability and social equity. This isn't just a preference anymore. It's a powerful market force. It's really pushing businesses to innovate or, frankly, get left behind.
And businesses are definitely feeling that pressure. They're adapting.
Yeah.
We're seeing things like eco-friendly packaging, cruelty-free product lines, even carbon-neutral delivery. These aren't niche anymore, are they?
Not at all.
They're rapidly becoming the new standard, the baseline expectation across loads of industries. It's amazing how fast that's happened.
And this shift, it goes way beyond just marketing trends. It reflects a fundamental change in consumer trust and accountability. Transparency is just paramount now. Consumers want real answers, not just vague green claims. They're asking, who made this? Were they paid fairly? What were the environmental conditions? What's the full impact of this thing, cradle to grave?
Right, those tough questions.
Yeah. And if we zoom out a bit, this consumer pressure is fundamentally reshaping what it even means to be a successful business today. It's not solely about maximizing profit anymore. There's this huge emphasis on purpose.
Purpose, okay.
So many companies are now embracing what's called the triple bottom line concept. You heard of this?
People, planet, profit.
Exactly. People, planet, and profit. They measure success not just by financial returns, but by their positive impact on all three. And this holistic view, it forces them to rethink everything from sourcing materials ethically to employee well-being to environmental stewardship, every decision.
This is where it gets really interesting, seeing who's actually doing it well. Let's look at some examples. Companies really leading the charge, sometimes in surprising ways, like Patagonia. Right?
Oh, yeah, classic example.
Their worn-wear thing is genius. It's not just about repair and recycling. They actually encourage people to buy used Patagonia gear. It turns products into long-lasting items, not disposables.
Extends the brand value, too.
Totally. Reduces consumption, builds loyalty. Or think about IKEA. massive investments in solar energy.
And that goal to become climate positive by 2030, that's ambitious.
Very ambitious.
Yeah.
Means removing more greenhouse gases than they emit. And even tech giants like Apple
Yeah.
committing to carbon neutrality across their entire supply chain. Imagine how complex that is.
That's a huge undertaking. But what's also really compelling is that this commitment isn't just limited to the big corporations.
Right, it's happening locally too.
Definitely. Lots of local startups are building sustainability right into their core business model, right from day one. You know, a small skincare brand using only plastic-free packaging from the start, or a new coffee shop directly funding community projects. It's part of their mission, not just like a PR afterthought.
Okay, so we've seen the big picture, the business shifts. Let's bring this back to you, the listener. With all this going on, what are some practical, realistic ways you can contribute to sustainable living day to day?
Yeah, great question. And there are so many impactful steps, and they don't have to be overwhelming or, cost a fortune. You can start simple. Transitioning to reusable bags, water bottles, coffee cups, food containers, that's an easy win.
Definitely.
At home, just being more mindful of energy use, unplugging devices that draw power when off that phantom load, switching to LED bulbs when old ones burn out.
Smart thermostats help too if you can.
You do. And then there's food. Maybe incorporating more plant-based meals a few times a week, or consciously trying to reduce food waste, support local farmers.
Food waste is a big one.
Huge. And of course, the basics, proper recycling, maybe exploring composting if that's an option where you live. Even how you get around matters. Choosing public transport, walking, biking when possible, it lowers your carbon footprint significantly.
That's a great list to start with. And there's a principle I really like. Buy less, but better.
Quality over quantity.
Exactly. It's not just about saving money, though it can. It's about focusing on quality. Whether it's clothes, tech, furniture, choosing things built to last, made responsibly. It means you're investing in durability, reducing the demand for new stuff, and, well, all the waste that comes with it.
It's a powerful long-term strategy, absolutely, for your wallet and the planet. And, this brings up something often overlooked, our digital habits.
Oh, interesting. Like what?
Well, the internet, cloud storage, it all runs on data centers that consume massive amounts of energy.
Right. You don't really see it.
Exactly. But simple things like tidying up your cloud storage, deleting old emails you don't need, maybe streaming video in standard definition instead of HD sometimes, it all adds up to reduce that digital energy demand. It's subtle, but collectively, it makes a difference.
Digital decluttering for the planet. I hadn't really thought of it that way.
Yeah. And ultimately, all these actions, they point to something bigger. Sustainable living is more than just a checklist. It's a fundamental lifestyle shift. It's driven by a conscious mindset. And that really starts with education.
Absolutely. And we are seeing sustainability being integrated more into like school lessons, university courses, even company training. The more people understand the issues and the potential solutions.
The better equipped they are to make informed choices and take positive action.
Exactly.
And, platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, they've become incredibly powerful tools for spreading awareness.
Yeah, you see so much content now.
Totally. Beyond just the practical tips and hacks, they're building communities, sharing success stories, launching challenges. It makes sustainability feel more accessible, maybe even aspirational for a wider audience.
It is genuinely inspiring to see it become so mainstream. You've got such diverse people involved now. Zero-waste influencers sharing composting tips, upcycled fashion creators turning trash into treasure.
Yeah.
It really shows that everyone, no matter their background or skills, has a role to play in this. Okay, now, while there's a lot of positive stuff happening, we do need to talk about the challenges. We have to be realistic. One big one you mentioned earlier is greenwashing. Can we unpack that a bit?
Yeah, that's a really critical point. We need to be savvy about this.
Okay.
Greenwashing is basically, it's deceptive marketing. Companies make themselves look environmentally friendly, but their actual practices don't match up.
So they're misleading people.
Exactly. It creates a lot of confusion for consumers who are trying to do the right thing. So the advice is always be a bit skeptical. Scrutinize labels. Look for credible third-party certifications. Don't be afraid to ask tough questions about a company's claims.
Dig a little deeper.
Yeah. If it sounds too good to be true or too vague, it might just be greenwashing.
And then there's the other big challenge, accessibility. Let's face it, organic foods, sustainably made clothes, eco-friendly gadgets.
Yeah.
They often cost more. Not everyone can afford them.
That's a huge issue, a real equity issue.
So what are the barriers there? Why are these options often more expensive, and what can be done to make them, well, available to more people?
It's complex. Often it's things like outdated infrastructure that favors the old ways, or maybe a lack of government subsidies for sustainable alternatives compared to conventional ones. Plus, the sheer economies of scale often still benefit traditional, less sustainable production.
Right.
But promoting inclusive sustainability is key, supporting initiatives that make eco options more affordable and available. Think about the boom in secondhand markets, community gardens, food co-ops, policies that encourage repairing things instead of replacing them.
So it's not about buying expensive ego brands necessarily.
Not at all. The goal isn't being perfectly green, especially if your budget is tight. It's about consistently striving for progress with the choices that are actually available to you. Every single step, no matter how small it seems, really does add up.
And here's something really positive. This whole sustainable living thing, it seems to be contagious.
Yeah, in a good way.
Right. When you start making changes, maybe you bring your reusable cup to the coffee shop or start a little compost bin people notice, your actions can genuinely inspire a ripple effect. Family, friends, colleagues.
It normalizes these choices. It makes it easier for others to think, hey, maybe I could do that too. And that connects back to that powerful idea. You don't need a million people doing sustainability perfectly. We need millions doing it imperfectly.
I love that quote.
Me too, because it's true. It's this collective, widespread, imperfect effort where real lasting change actually takes root. It's about lots of small actions, not just a few grand gestures.
So the core message here is, every action you take, really, it counts. Whether it's cutting down your waste, consciously supporting a green business, or even just taking the time to learn more about it all, it genuinely matters.
Absolutely. And together, through all these collective efforts, small and large, we can absolutely shift towards a more conscious, more responsible, and honestly, a more hopeful future for everyone.
Well, thanks for diving deep with us today on this crucial topic. If you found this useful, please do share it with others who care about the planet. And maybe before you go, just take a moment to think. In what unexpected little corner of your daily routine could a small, conscious change create a surprisingly positive impact? Something to mull over.